Hello coloring friends, and welcome back to my channel and to this video where I'm going to show you my best tips for using gel pens in coloring books. And this is the second video especially made for you who are quite new to coloring. So I'm gonna use my Secret Garden coloring book to show you, and that is because I have used gel pens quite a lot in this book, so I know it will work. Here you can see sparkle and metallic. So let's find the page I want to use. Let's use this page. Gel pens, they are super fun to use, and they are fun to use whether you are new, a beginner, and just started to color, or if you have colored some years and are quite good. This is my gel pen collection. It's a mix of my more expensive ones, the jelly rolls, and more cheap ones, which is a mix of I don't know what these really are. They are no name. Some cheap I found in the grocery store and maybe in some children's store, and when I was on a vacation in Cyprus. So this is a mix of brands, and it's a mix of metallics and sparkles and maybe some neon. I'm no fan of neon colors. I don't use them very much, but maybe someday I will start to use them more. Gel pens is fun for a lot of reasons. I'm gonna find one. Let's take this one, a jelly roll. And I'm gonna zoom in. It's exactly like the felt tip pens, which I also made a video about. You don't need any pressure when you use them on the paper. Most gel pens I have tried really work quite well. Some cheaper ones can be scratchy, which is not fun when you use gel pens, because you really want them to glide easily and effortless and soundless, and don't make scrape marks with the tip. But most sets don't do that, even the more cheaper ones. Another thing with gel pens are that they are very easy to smudge. They dry quite slow. So if you go with your hand like that, it's gonna smear. A good tip is, if you use a lot of gel pens and if you are right-handed, to start on this side of the page and walk and color this way, so you don't put the hand into the newly colored areas until they have dried, or to have a protection sheet under your hand to protect your hand, but it can still smudge just if you move the paper over the newly colored area. So you just have to know that they dry quite slowly. But that's also one of the things that makes them fun, because you can easily blend them and do gradients. One way is to blend them together with the pens themselves. You start with the darker one, and don't color two big areas at the same time, because even if it dries quite slowly, it's better if you do this when it's still a bit wet. So you color a bit, and then you blend it together with a lighter color. and you can get good transitions, gradients. And you can also use like I have this Wink of Stella brush, which is clear sparkle, and this is a gel pen without sparkle. So you can add color and then blend it out with the Wink of Stella. So then you add sparkle. You can also use a water brush or just a regular brush with water. You color some in, not too big areas at a time, and then you can use the water. I don't know if that worked really well here. Maybe I need more color. Yes, now it worked better. So this is like using them like watercolors almost. Another way to blend the gel pens is to use a brush without water, a dry brush, which I have here, a flat one. Okay, it didn't work super well on this paper, but you can see it's smeared a little bit at least. And another way is actually one of my favorite ways of blending out the gel pens. Maybe you have seen my video where I use soft pastels with my finger and it's super messy. This is also going to be messy because you're going to use your finger and smear it out. I think that is fun. You get very sparkly. Another thing you can use is glycerin, a tips that I have learned from Coloring Bliss YouTube channel, and it was my friend Marie, Lady Norvega on Instagram, that pointed me to that video, and it's a super cool tips. I'm gonna just drip a little drop on that plate and use the brush again and take just a little bit of the glycerin and brush it onto where I want the gel pen, and then add the gel pen. What it does is that it makes a base on the paper which make it much more easy to blend it out, the gel pens, because the surface where you have the glycerin is more slippery than the paper, so you have time to blend it out more. Another thing you can do is to blend them together with a felt tip pen, or in this case it's a Pitt artist pen. And I did this combo in my Johanna Basford book, in Johanna's Christmas some years ago. I used the ivory and one of my favorites, metallic gel pens. And let's see, I start with the gel pen and then I blend it out. Okay, it's hard to see. Yeah, you can see that it blended together, but you can't really see the ivory. Oh, this page is gonna look so strange. I need a bigger area. Let's take this one. And of course you can use the gel pens on top of other things, other mediums. This is the pit pen again. This is the colored pencil. So I do a base layer with pencils, and I'm gonna see if I can try to find a darker pink. I add some sparkle there, and now I can use my finger or the water brush or just anything to blend it out if I want some sparkle but a gradient. I'm not sure you can see, maybe we take an even darker one. Gel pen, and you also can use the pencil and blend it out. Oops. And another thing you can do, let's take this leaf. You remember we mixed this, it was metallic gel pen with the ivory Pitt Artist pen. But if I want to shade it even more, I can use a pencil. I took a dark brown and color on top of the gel pen. It's not super easy sometimes, but it's possible. So you can use the pencils on top or use the gel pens on top of the pencil base. And of course you can use gel pens on top of dried watercolors or acrylic paint or just anything. And as I said, this doesn't work as good in all the books, so you have to try on a small spot on a page to see if it works. And it can also be that different gel pens work different well with blending and smudging over the paper. The jelly rolls are drying quite slowly and adds a quite thick layer of color, so it's quite easy to blend together. But when I have used other brands to try this out, in some books it works, in some it doesn't, but they don't blend. This was some cheap brand from the grocery store, and now I'm gonna on the other side use the jelly roll. Yeah, you can see. So it's not just the paper, it's also differences between different gel pens. I actually think I'm finished. I'm gonna end by doing one of my favorite combos. I have 3 different jelly rolls. Ruby Sparkle, this one which I don't know, number 721, and number 720, 2 different kind of pinks. And I think they are so nice to blend together. So I start with a Ruby Sparkle, which is the darkest one. And then I go to the (721). And I add 720 as the final color. And I can also go over it with my water brush and make the transitions even better. So there is so much you can do with your gel pens. This was some of the things I have learned during my coloring years, and I do like my gel pens and to experiment with them. And that's also one thing I do when I lose my mojo, my coloring inspiration. Then I go back and use my gel pens because the sparkle makes me happy and it's so just relaxing and fun. I think I did this as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you will come back to my channel another time. And if you want to get notifications when I upload videos or are doing live streams, you have to push that little bell next to the subscriber button. Yeah, that's all for now. Thank you so much. See you later. Goodbye.